There is nobody that
no,
is saying...
Pacquiao has to get this win. He needs a notable name to make Floyd want to be able to bait somebody into a big payday.
He might need a notable name just to get into that bracket again. And I don't know if Adrian Broner is that guy. I'm telling you, if nobody watches this fight...
Which kind of goes back to Oscar baiting Canelo and Mayweather with you can't beat Canelo shit that came out last week.
Yep. And I think Floyd's very interested in that fight because, to be honest with you...
It's a good fight for him.
Yes, and that's still a winnable fight for Floyd. Canelo doesn't look like the new Floyd Mayweather of boxing, right? He's still Saul Alvarez. He's good. Don't get me wrong. But he beat his last fight. 2 fights were against a very one-dimensional Triple G. Triple G is not Floyd Mayweather. Although styles make fights and Triple G is right for Canelo. They had a great fight. He is not Floyd Mayweather. So the thing right now with this one, Lee, is weight. Where are they going to put this fight at? Now you got Sewell saying he's a super middleweight. He did say he would drop down. I don't see him coming back to 160, though. I think he said he wanted to stay somewhere in between 163 and 168. He's going to make cash.
He's just going to create his own weight class that makes him happy.
Yep. So that's where Floyd needs I don't know, give him more. Maybe he's saying that so Floyd gives him more money and they go to 160. Don't be surprised if Floyd fights for the middleweight title before he's all said and done, though. All of the legends have done it. Floyd is in that bracket of those guys. And so I would not be surprised if he did match up with Saul Alvarez for a middleweight fight. It's the only moneymaker for him. Really, Saul Alvarez is the only fight right now that makes Floyd his $125 million guaranteed purse.
I'm just wondering, Andrew, did you eat tainted meat to get your flu?
No, I think I was I had to do a retirement home.
Old people.
Oh, man. It was a holiday season. How many freaking grandkids came to... Oh, terrible.
Got to keep the hand sanitizer. Got to keep the hand sanitizer.
Yeah, I know you tried, but it still got me.
Next story up on the BoxingScene.com feed on Facebook. By the way, follow BoxingScene.com on Facebook. Just type in BoxingScene.com. We use them all the time. Big shout out to the boys and girls. I guess they have girls. Do they? Do they have female writers? I don't know. Do we even have female listeners? Who knows? Here you go. There you go. Trainer Joey Spence, a lot like Canelo with a similar style.
Yeah,
really? Joey Spencer is a lot like Canelo. Written by Lem Satterfield. And if you're wondering who Lem Satterfield is, he is the most discussed person on Fight Net Radio because he does not reread his posts. Ever. That's my opinion. When fast-rising junior middleweight Joey Spencer enters the ring, Brandon Harder against Brandon Harder at the Microsoft Theater in Los Angeles on Fox. Holy shit, is this a run-on sentence to go right out of the gate, Andrew? This is all one sentence. I'm not making it up. It's only me taking a break to get breath in. But I'm going to try to read it the way he wrote it. When fast-rising junior middleweight Joey Spencer enters the ring opposite Brandon Harder at the Microsoft Theater in Los Angeles on Fox, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, the 18-year-old Lansing, Michigan native will be his 6th knockout in as many victories without a loss. Whew, that hurt my chest. On to the next run-on sentence that's a paragraph.
I wonder if he takes breaks and then comes back and completes the
He
sentence.
puts commas in, but it doesn't help the fact that it's a 3-line sentence. Here's another 3-line sentence. But Spencer, 5-0, 5 KOs, will also face a pair of first against 39-year-old Harder, 21-1-0, with 1 KO of South Haven, Mississippi, who represents his initial southpaw opponent, and first with a winning record off June 92 second KO to Luis Lopez, a 22-year-old who is 5-0 with 4 knockouts. What the fuck?
There's not one period in there.
Not one, bro. Not one.
Yeah, that's bad.
I think the period after 8 p.m. is not a period. That is, maybe he doesn't know. Here's an actual sentence. Harder's the first guy with a winning record and the first southpaw, but I'm not looking. Oh, this is a quote. Harder's the first guy with a winning record and first southpaw, but I'm not feeling any pressure, and I'm not concerned about his winning record. Period. The only thing that steps up in my book is the fact that the southpaw. This is the first time I'm fighting. The first time. Fuck, dude, you can't even quote people right. How do they let this dude write? Damn it. Damn it, bro. Damn it. I don't even want to spend this much time on Joey Spencer.
Yeah, go ahead and turn that off.
All right. Man, 3 paragraphs is killing me already. And by the way, if you think I'm kidding about this, go to boxingscene.com, click on the article. I realize they're going to change it because somebody who listens to this show is obviously a Boxing Scene, and they obviously pick up on when I'm fucking shitting on him. I probably should get an award for being their editor.
Should get credentialed. You should put that on
your
application.
Boxing Scene editor. BoxingScene.com. Santa Cruz, I can move up to 130 pounds before fighting Gary Russell. Of course you can. Keith Eidick, the only guy who can write at Boxing Scene. Leo Santa Cruz is sure he'll finally fight Gary Russell Jr. later this year. Really? You do? You're the only one who does, Leo. You literally are the only one who believes they're going to make that fight. Regardless, Santa Cruz won't move up to featherweight, move up from featherweight to 130 pounds without having faced Russell. If he did that, Santa Cruz realizes fans will criticize him for avoiding what is perceived to be the most imposing opponent at 126 pounds. Well, at least he's self-aware, Andrew. I'll give Leo credit. I just don't believe this fight's ever going to happen. I just fucking don't believe it. I'm at the point now, every time there's some kind of weird dream match with the PBC where they're really going to make it happen. Like, in my mind, I understand now why Mikey Garcia is fighting Spence, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But when you're talking about PBC and Fox, I just don't see him making them fight their champion versus champion.
Leo Santa Cruz has done a very good job of fighting a lot of the PBC guys, no matter who they were. You know, Abner Mars, Carl Frampton, twice. I wouldn't be surprised. Lee, we've seen a sort of a change in this later part of 2018 going into 2019. It's there. Really, who's Gary Russell right now? You know,
I get it, but from a standpoint, that's the WBC champion.
I know, but this is a guy, once again, who cares about that title? He fights, once every 2 years?
I don't know why anybody believes in the WBC title, and I've been screaming that for years, but we seem to still have some kind of... People care about titles, right?
I'm going to tell you it's more of the PBC fan base that cares about titles than anything. I mean, look at the heavyweight champ right now. They call us Tyson Fury again.
The PBC fan base is a bunch of toothless, homeless people, in my humble opinion. Like, they're not affluent human beings. They're not people who understand boxing. They're fucknuts like Ice Cube, who believe that Deontay should be the man because he knocked the dude down twice. Really? That's how it works in your mind, boxing fan. How much boxing have you been watching?
And seriously, like I said, Lee, since 2014, Gary Russell has fought in one time in every year since. One fight in 15, 16, 17, and 18. You can't take him serious. So, yeah, maybe he is going to do the Leo Santa Cruz fight. What else is there for him?
Yeah, I agree. Look, if somebody told me they were a fan of Top Rank or they were a fan of Golden Boy or Main Event or Eddie Hearn, I'd go, yeah, you're into boxing. You're willing to watch a FS1 fight on a Friday night from Pachanga or whatever. You put in the time. PBC fans, to me, seem to be an ignorant group of part-time boxing fans. Oh, it's on TV. It's got to be good. Listen, fucking Elmo, you're wrong. You're fucking dumb. You don't know shit about boxing. Just because it's on Fox on Saturday night doesn't make it a good fight. It just doesn't. And the fact that they're getting draws to these PBC cards that are fucking bogus is like the The only thing that made that Charlo card interesting was one of the Charlo brothers getting fucked. Don't get me into a Jermel Jamal debate. I don't care. I don't care. They're the same person. They fight the same. They're boring the same. Just one of them got fucked over. Okay? But the reality, I don't think of my... And by the way, for anybody listening, lest anyone think, let's get this straight for 2019. Andrew's a boxing fan. I'm an entertainment fan. I watch boxing to be entertained. Okay? Bottom line. I'm not here to go, workmanlike raid, and he really put in the rounds, and I'm so glad I watched those two Japanese dudes in the fight of the year. No, that's not me. Not me. It's not me.
And to be honest with you, like I just said about the PBC changing their ways a little, Lee, in 2018, Russell did face the undefeated Golden Boy prospect Joseph Diaz, beat him in a unanimous decision.
Had to, forced upon him.
That's correct. But if he does add to that the Leo Santa Cruz fight next, you can see where even Russell has now picked up his opposition in the last year or so. This is May of 18. Yeah. Yes,
did I not get a fight with a BBC guy last year?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you know why? They had to. It's fucking forced on them. I had to fucking bribe the people at the WBC. I had to have hookers sent over. You know the shit you have to go through to get a PBC fight when you're not in the PBC? It's fucking ridiculous.
And there's Bob's appearance for 2019. And no, I'm still not working on a New York accent. I'm not driving around trying to do Bob impersonations. Bob is just going to be a gruff voice guy on the end of that sound effect. Just get used to it. There will be no Brooklyn accent. If you want a real Bob drop, go to the intro of the show. By the way, the intro of the show that you haven't heard yet, Andrew, this one made me laugh a little. I'm not going to say what it is because you listen to the shows again, but I'll tell you, it's going to take you back to when you were a little Andrew. It's a good one. I digress. Let us move on. Freddie Roach and Keith Idec make the news just this past day. Freddie Roach, I'm sure Mayweather will fight Pacquiao, Broner, winner by Keith Idec. The most important thing Freddie Roach took away from Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s 2-minute demolition of the ridiculously too small kickboxer is that Mayweather will participate in an official fight this year. Now, the undefeated 5 division has torn through Tensei Nasukawa. Roach is convinced Mayweather will face the winner of the upcoming Manny Pacquiao-Adrian Broner bout. This is what Roach had to say. I feel 100% that this is why he did this. He wants to be on TV so badly, he misses it. He's actually a normal person and a nice guy when you're one-on-one with him, which is what I figured too. Without a camera on him, but you give him a camera, he's not the nicest guy in the world. I agree. There you go. What do you think?
Before we talk about the fight.
Yeah.
Where did Floyd's paycheck go from $80 million to $9 million? What the hell happened there, Lee?
Well, I think we're the only...
Weird...
All right, let's be honest. We're probably the only ones who speculated that he was making $80 to $100 million a fight based on some crazy... He made crazy quotes. I get it. And $9 million is the final number that they landed on, or whatever it was. But he didn't train, and the dude took a dive. Now,
let me tell you guys something.
First class trip for me and my posse to fly to, and I guarantee he took a posse.
Of course he did. He had like fucking a dozen people.
And a private jet, right, to Japan. He doesn't have to train, and the dude's taking a dive. $9 million for New Year's Eve in Japan with my friends. That's not a bad payday, Andrew.
Oh, please. For Floyd, it is. Floyd don't get out of bed for Lee, you're talking like $9 million's what he brought home. You're not talking taxes, crew, flight. I mean, come on. $9 million. What do you
Well, no, here, I'm going to tell you why.
On a game.
There was something weird that went on. One of the podcasts I listened to this past week, was actually debating why Floyd's doing this. And I don't know if it was like a football show I was listening to or whatever, but somebody got on the topic, and everybody is rampantly speculating